What's going on, music producers? It's Curtis King of Airbit.com here with a few simple instructions on how to get started on Airbit.
Airbit.com.
Now, for starters, what we're looking at here is pretty much the brains of the operation. This is considered your Airbit dashboard. Now, on this dashboard, you're going to see pretty much every control that you'll need for your beat store, everything that you'll need for your actual profile, and we're going to go ahead and break this down into a few different sections. For starters, let's start with this warning message that you get when you first go here. This is probably the most important thing that you're going to want to pay attention to. It says, warning, you need to set up your PayPal email address before you can receive payments. Click here to set it. So let's start that first. Once you click there, you'll be given options to fill out your PayPal email address or your PayPal data transfer token. Now, as you scroll down here, what you're going to see is that another option that Airbit offers for you to basically accept payment from your customers is through Stripe. So if you have a Stripe account, this is perfect. It's completely free. It's easy to set up. But if you need to go ahead and connect that, just click on this button right here and log into your Stripe account. Something else worth noting down here is that you get another warning message that says you must enter your email address before you can be added to the marketplace. This is very important for the producers that want to sell their beats within the site and basically get sales off of the general traffic that Airbit brings in. If you want to be put into the marketplace, which we'll go over more details in a second, you're going to want to set up your email. I cannot stress enough how important that is. The next section that we're going to cover is the upload beats section. So basically, if you go over here to your left panel, you can see here where it says beats and you actually click down and you're going to have a few different options. What we want to do is we want to upload a beat. To upload a beat, click on upload. And here you're going to see where you can basically click this add button. You can upload a wave, you can upload an MP3, or you can upload trackouts if you have a premium account. One of the cool things about this upload feature is if we click here to new, there will actually be no reason to upload an MP3 because once you upload a wave, it automatically gets converted over to an MP3. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that. We'll take this beat called Thirsty. Okay, now that we're uploaded, let's look at the different tabs that they offer when you upload a beat on Airbit. Now, the first one is an obvious one. That's the name of your beat. We're going to go ahead and just erase this additional information. The name of the beat is Thirsty. BPM is 110. The genre, I believe, is trap. Now let's go to the next box, which is the moods box. Producers, do not overlook this. This is oh so important. Let's read what they have to say about it. Select up to 3 moods to describe the feel of your beat and to increase marketplace discovery. There it is right there. This is why you do not want to overlook the moods box. Let me explain it to you. Sometimes rappers, when they're looking for beats within the Airbit marketplace, they're going to search by mood. So they may be looking for, say, an aggressive beat that is eerie, but at the same time is sort of epic. These are the moods that you have to put there and make available so that they can come find the perfect beat, which is hopefully your beat. But you got to put your moods in order to show up within the marketplace for these moods. It's so important. And since we're on that topic of the marketplace visibility, let's go down here to the tags. Now, within this tag section, you want to use it almost as similar as you would a hashtag on a social media handle. So basically, I would take this hashtag and I would go, let's say Drake type beat. I would say OVO. I would say hip hop. I would say trap 808. So then that way, somebody who's specifically looking for an aggressive beat that's also eerie, but as a Drake type beat and as a fan of OVO, maybe looking for something that's a hybrid between trap and hip hop, this will likely show up high within their search engine. Now, once we've done that, let's go over to the next box, which is your non-exclusive price versus your exclusive price. Now, for starters, a non-exclusive price is basically the price that you would offer for someone who only wants to lease your beat. Somebody who does not want the sole ownership of your beat will get the non-exclusive price. So let's determine something. Let's go ahead and just say $20. Okay. Now, another great feature about this is that if I were to upload multiple beats, I could use this copy prices to other beats tab to basically copy these prices over to other beats that are uploaded amongst the multi-upload. Here in the exclusive price, I'm given the option to basically give a sale for an exclusive. Now, exclusives are typically a lot more expensive than a non-exclusive price. Let's just go ahead and say $250. So once somebody purchases a beat exclusively from you, that's the last time that you'll see it on the marketplace. It's the last time it'll be sold. 2 other things I want you to pay attention to before we actually save and leave from here is 1, Here's your privacy option. Now, there's another video on the YouTube channel about this, but if you click up here, you have the option to basically upload the beat and make it either public or make it private. The second thing I wanted to show you is the scheduled release date. If you click here on this calendar tab, you're going to see a bunch of dates that pop up within the month. Now, if I wanted to release this beat, say August 9th, it'll basically set it to be live August 9th at 12 a.m., which is basically midnight. And then once we're all done here, we can click save. After we're done saving, let's return to the beats section. Now, as you can see, because we uploaded the wave, automatically we have an MP3 available. Only problem you're probably asking is, okay, my beat is up here, but is it tagged? Yes, it is tagged. Thankfully, Airbit.com has integrated a voice tag that's going to go over all of your beats, whether or not you have a voice tag or not, a personal voice tag. Airbit has already given you a tag that protects your beats. So as you can see right here, it says your beat is tagged, a wave is available, an MP3 is available, but the track out's not, because the track out is actually a premium option. Now, if you decided that you don't want the actual Airbit voice tag and you want to upload your own, you're going to need to have a premium account. Now, for those of you that are probably wondering, okay, so my voice tag, I need to upgrade, and my track outs I need to upgrade. But wait a minute, Curtis, what are track outs? Track outs are basically the individual channels, the individual stems of your actual instrumental, from your kicks to your snares to your hi-hats to your piano and your strings and whatever instruments that you have added. These are basically the individual stems that most engineers use to get a greater mix on your actual beat along with the vocalist. Now let's upload another beat, because I want to show you how to reorder your beats once you have a few up there uploaded. So once again, we're going to go ahead to the WAV file. Let's take this instrumental called We Up. Okay, now that we have multiple beats uploaded, I can show you how to basically reorder the beats that you have and put them into your desired playlist order. What you want to do is click over here to the Beats tab, go to Reorder, and then here you can basically drag these beats manually in whichever order you'd like them to be. Now that we have our beats uploaded, the next thing we need to go ahead and do is go ahead and set our licenses for each particular beat. To access your license tab, go down here to Licenses. Okay, once you arrive to the license tab, what you're going to see is the two options we discussed earlier, which are the non-exclusive license and the exclusive license. So just in case you forgot, the difference between the non-exclusive and the exclusive is that exclusives are for people who want to buy your beat outright and they don't want anybody else to purchase that beat after them. Now, non-exclusive is basically for those that want to lease your beat and they don't necessarily concern themselves with how many other people own the beat. They just want to lease the beat, possibly for a project, possibly for a mixtape, possibly for a YouTube freestyle. But now understanding the terms, let's go into more detail in what you can actually change about your terms. Now to edit your non-exclusive terms, let's go ahead and click here on the pencil tool. Okay, so we've arrived to the edit license option. I'm gonna go one by one of all the things here that you need to pay attention to. First being your license name. Now you can stick with non-exclusive. I think it's very self-explanatory what it is for your customers, but just in case, you may wanna put MP3 lease, so that they know that they're getting an MP3 with this, or whatever else that you want to name it that basically describes this particular license agreement. Second tab here is the standard price. Now, this is basically the price that you're going to set across the board for all of your MP3 leases or all of your non-exclusive leases or license agreements. Here, we can put that same price we put in earlier, which is 20, make that the default, and then proceed forward. Okay, the next section is discounts enabled. Should discounts be enabled for this license? What it's basically asking you is that if you ever offer a discount to your customers, do you want this beat to be included? And of course, we're going to say yes. The next section is allow offers. Now, every once in a while, you get a rapper who comes in and they want to negotiate the price of this particular license. Here's where you can leave that option, or you can say, no, this price is non-negotiable. Now, we're getting down to the license terms, which is very important because once you're in here, you're going to really determine what that person gets. And don't think that you can just glance over this. There's a lot of customers that make buying decisions based upon what is available to them within these license terms. So that being said, let's go ahead and break this down one by one. First of all, it's asking you, do you want to send your MP3 within this particular license? Is that part of your license terms? If it is, MP3 will always be sent. It's telling you as default, it will always be sent. Do you want to send a wave with your non-exclusive lease? That's on you. You can click yes, you can click no. Would you like to send the track out with this? You can click yes or click no. Distribution, how many distributed copies is allowed? So this is basically saying that you're going to allow a customer to come in and use your instrumental, say they rap over it, say they release it on iTunes and they sell 5,000 copies. After 5,000 copies, the terms that you have here, now you have to refresh these terms and they have to be renegotiated. But it's saying that you get up to 5,000 sales before you have to have that renegotiation talk. Now, the next few sections, distribution fee, performance non-profit, performance paid, music videos, audio streams, video streams, broadcasting, radio stations. These are all options you're going to want to look over and really determine what kind of deals you want to give somebody who comes and gets this particular license term. Now, when a customer sees these different options, they may have very specific plans for the song they record over your beat. So it's important that you look down here and you determine things such as how many music videos can it be used in. Then you determine the number here, you type it in, and you go ahead and click save. But at the end of the day, you're going to want to sit with all this information. And if you're having trouble trying to figure out, okay, what should I price this? Airbit has given you templates to base your pricing off of. Now, say for instance, this particular license represents your lowest price point, where you just click here on the template of lowest. And here, Airbit has actually put together a template that you can put together in case there's some things that you don't necessarily know about. They've put together a typical template that goes across the board for most producers of their needs when it comes to somebody buying the lowest price point of a non-exclusive beat. Same thing up here. For your mid, they offer more options here, more templates. Your upper and your highest. Now, whatever your highest leasing option is, here's where they basically give you a template to base your terms off of. Now, say this was the exclusive license that we were working on. We would just click here to the exclusive. And then once again, all these things are provided to you. Now, for those of you that are probably scratching your head saying, well, what about people out there that offer MP3 wave trackouts and exclusive licenses? Well, you can do that too, but you gotta upgrade to the premium account. So once again, you go set up that premium account. You'll have that stuff in no time. Now, the next section we're going to cover, your music stores. These are your beat stores. Let's go to the HTML5 stores. Here's where you're basically going to be able to set up what Airbit calls configurations. Now, configurations are basically these HTML5 stores that you would set up within your website. Now, you're going to want to set up one of these stores on your website, specifically an HTML5 store, because if you try to go here to the other option that it gives you, if we go back here to the stores, which is a Flash store, Flash stores are typically something that you find on SoundClick players. Now, most websites are not going to recognize the actual Flash player, and if they do, they're not going to show up on your mobile devices. So you're going to be cutting into your mobile profit if you're not using an HTML5 store. Okay, now that we're back at the HTML5 screen, let's go ahead and set up a configuration. Now here, for starters, you can see you can change the width and the height of your player in case it's disproportionate on your website. That's good to know that you can change that. Now let's set up a configuration. Create new configuration, and let's call it website. Save. Once you save that, you are basically going to have a template that if you change something within this particular tab, it will change it no matter how many websites you embed this player on. Within this configuration, you got a few different options of ways that you can customize it to your liking. Now, say your colorway on your website is a bright orange like mine. First thing that you can do, you can go through these different themes. You can see which one that you like the most. See, this one is the flat UI template. This next one is the Eclipse theme. Excuse me, not template. It's the Eclipse theme, which is actually another look. You can see some things have changed. Some things are a little bit fresher. Some of the fonts are a little bit different. For this example, we're going to go ahead and use the shadow, and we're going to change the color down here. After you've changed around the theme and the color, the next thing you can do, you can have a status message that basically will be displayed here underneath your name. So say you have a deal going on. Say you have a buy one, get one free. You would basically put that there. You can actually bold it, italicize it. And as you see, as you edited that, your text shows up here, just like I said before, right underneath your name. So this is great for if you have a specific message that you want your new customers to read. This is perfect for that. The next thing here is your sales tracking. If you look here, it'll give you an explanation of it, but basically you want to put some sort of a code here so that you know where your sales are coming from. Say you have multiple websites that you put this particular player on, you're going to want to know what's getting your most sales. The sales configuration will figure all that stuff out for you. So by signifying, say this is website 1, Now you'll know where your particular sales are coming from. Now down here, you'll see a share button option, total plays, and display autoplay. Now here's where you get to really customize the way that your player is presented to a customer once they come to it. Now the first thing here, you can either show a share button or hide it. The next thing here, you have a total plays. Say you don't have that many plays right now because you just started. You can go ahead and hide that, no problems. Also, if you would like to disable autoplay, then you would click yes. And then that way, when somebody comes to your page, your player won't just start automatically. But for most situations, I think that you want to have it autoplay. So then once you do that, go ahead and click Save Configuration. And then once you're actually ready to embed this player, when I say embed, basically take this player and put it on your website. All you got to do is click over here to the embed code, and you're giving an embed code that you can basically put into whatever HTML block that your particular website provider supplies you. Also in the description, if you read down here, this particular link is very specific. If you want your users to have the best personalized experience on their mobile device, it's good to link directly to your player, which will take up the whole browser screen. So basically, this is your mobile store. If you copy that and we go ahead and visit this page, you're going to see what we just created is now a mobile store. So if you pull this link up from your particular cell phone device, you're going to see that this is actually a mobile store that's reactive, it's responsive, and people can buy immediately from it. Now that everything is filling in, I'm pretty sure the eyesore that you're seeing here now is your profile picture. I don't know if you look like that, but I'm pretty sure you don't. So what you want to do is go over here to the top right-hand corner, click here on the actual avatar, and then click on profile. Now, before we actually change the profile picture, there's something worth noting here is that if you don't have a website, Airbit basically provides you a profile that looks super professional. It tells people your license term. It basically serves the purpose of almost like a landing page for a website. And it's really great looking. It's really interactive. It's easy to use for customers. So you can actually send your customers to this particular profile page just in case you don't have a website quite yet. Say there's some things we want to customize about this page, including this picture that is not us. If you want to change your picture, click here. Now you're going to want to find an image that's at least at the minimum 600 by 600 and has a maximum file size of 2 megabytes. Once you find a picture, it'll automatically upload and update this information over here for you. Now, say for instance, you want to change this banner in the background. That's an easy fix. Click up here to the gear tab, go to change cover. Now, when you create a banner, make sure that it's a minimum of 1072 width and 400 height. Here's my banner. Boom. Now, something also worth noting, if you click up here to the gears tab and you change store design, it's going to take you right back here to the HTML5 store where you can now edit things as you see fit. So this shows you right here, this is your actual Airbit profile player, which you can customize. It's very different, of course, from your website configuration, but you can go ahead and edit this and it's going to edit your profile. Since my banner is black and white, let's go ahead and choose white as a color to kind of accentuate things. Once again, save that. And if we go back to the profile, we'll see that things have changed. Now my player is all in line with my banner. My theme is looking good together. Everything is looking good. Now, by default, once you upload beats, even though it shows that the beats are blank, it's going to use your profile picture as basically the representation of the instrumental artwork. Now, if you want to specifically change that, it's very easy. Go over here to the left section, go to click artwork. And then once you get here, there's going to be some things you got to pay attention to. But once you upload, you can apply a picture to whatever beat that you want. So let's click add. Here it's going to tell you that your image must be a minimum of 600 by 600. Click on it. We're going to actually put one of my logos up here to represent it. You can put your logo, you can put a wrapper that represents it properly, but I'm going to put my logo here. X out of there, and then click assign. When you click assign, you'll see your beats that are basically available, and you can assign this picture to one of them or all of them. Then click save. Now, if we go back here to the beats, you'll see they have a picture now because of everything that we did in this artworks tab. Now, although a logo is great to have, and I think it separates you from the field, something else, and this is a little bit of strategy, something else that really pushes the envelope forward is if you go over here to my profile, you're going to see that I have some very customized and very consistent coloring and designs that come along with my particular artwork. All of my artwork have orange. All of my artwork have the same font. They all have sort of the same positioning for these artists. The names are over here the right-hand corner. And if you go down here, you're going to see consistent branding that is consistent with my coloring. I cannot tell you what that does to your customers. It psychologically makes them feel more at home, more at ease. It puts their mind in a very safe and collected positioning when they're trying to make a buying decision from your website. This cohesiveness shows them that you are serious and you are serious about your brand and business. Another great example of this is Flash Beats. Flash Beats uses a very similar red coloring. You know when you're at Flash Beats page because everything is consistent. You'll see this writing down here, and although you say, oh, this is really small writing and it's really small font, these things do matter, and people see this as soon as they come to a page. They see this cohesiveness. Another great example, All Arounder. Here you'll see that this particular profile has all of these artworks. They're not even using people. What they're using here is actual text that is all consistent within this. It tells you the name of the beat. They stay pretty consistent with primary colors, and pretty much it all has cohesiveness that properly represents their brand and what they want you to know about their brand. Now let's go back to the dashboard. Once you start making sales, you're going to need to pay attention to every single graph that you see here. Everything from your beats sold to how many free downloads you're making available, to your plays, to your marketplace beats sold, to even your top 10 beat plays, your top beats that have been sold. All these things you're going to want to pay attention to as you start to promote the proper beats, maybe within the marketplace, maybe within Airbit, maybe another website that you promote your beats. You're going to want to know your numbers. Now, if you want to get more specific in terms of where your sales are coming from and just other options that you can see, go to sales over here in this tab, go to my sales. And once you start making sales, what you'll pretty much see is the customer's email. You'll see their order number in case they need to go ahead and re-access some beats. All that information will be provided to you once you start actually generating sales. Something else worth noting in this sales tab, this is where you basically go and see where people have made offers on your particular beats that you've enabled them the opportunity to make offers on it. You click here to go ahead and see what those offers are and choose whether to accept it or to decline it. Now, producers, if you want to get the most out of your Airbit experience and your Airbit profile, you know that you're going to have to eventually upgrade. I think it's great to first have the starter one just to kind of look around and see if this is the website for you. But eventually, if you want to get the most out of this and you really want to start selling some beats, you're going to need to upgrade your account. Now, the way to do that is you go over here to the settings tab, go to the subscription. And then here you're going to see all the different things that are offered with each particular subscription. Now you have the starter one right now. It's telling you that this one is probably the best bang for your bucks. But you have a $9.99 option and a $19.99 option. From here, you can select a package. You can either go month to month with $19.99, go 6 months for $99.95, including 1 month free, go 12 months, $199.90 with 2 months free. Let's go over here. Month to month here is $9.99. 6 months is $49.95, 1 month free. 12 months is $99.99 with 2 months free. Now, if you found a package that you like, which I suggest if you still are trying to get used to the website, go ahead and just go for the month to month. Put in all of your payment information and then click subscribe. If you have a coupon to use in there, just add that there. And then once you do that, you'll be upgraded and you'll come back and you'll have access to all these different options that you didn't have access to before as a starter producer subscriber. Now, if you have any more questions that we didn't actually cover in this particular tutorial, feel free to go down here to the dashboard tab of help, click on a form. You can see some frequently asked questions here. You can go to the blog where there's some in-depth breakdown of the different features you find on the website and other blog posts and things that are related to Airbit. However, if you have more questions that are not being covered, what you want to do is go down here to the Contact Us. It's going to redirect you to the option to submit a ticket and to basically make your particular question as clear as possible to those that can service you, and somebody will get to you as soon as possible. Now, say you got everything set up, it's looking pretty good, but you still don't know how to necessarily sell beats. Guess what? Airbit has a course that it redirects you to that shows you how to sell beats. Once again, this is Curtis King of Airbit.com. I want to say thank you for going through this tutorial. If you have any other questions, once again, go down to the Contact Us form in your dashboard and submit a ticket. Once again, this is Curtis King of Airbit.com. Have a good one.
Airbit.com